Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have the third and final part in my smartphone vlogging series. We've had two videos already. If you haven't checked those out, put a link up here so you can check those out. The first one we talked about just getting started with vlogging. The second we talked about gear. And now this video we're talking about some tips for filming. So what kind of shots you should get, basically what kind of pieces that you're gonna wanna have when you go to edit that final video. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about editing and just some suggestions for what kind of software to look for and what different platforms you can use to edit. So with that said, let's get started. So the first tip is shoot just about everything. You can always film more, but you can never go back and film stuff that you've missed, of course. So when it comes down to editing, you want to make sure you have the pieces that you need. You want to make sure you're covering travel and covering transitions and getting an establishing shot so we can see where it is that you are. Those are the important pieces, but always make sure you get all the little pieces that you need. You don't want to not have stuff, so make sure you just film everything. And that's especially important when it comes to the next part, which is B-roll. B-roll is super important for establishing where you are, the environment itself and what's going on. You know, if you're traveling, like capture motion, capture moving in a train, moving in a car, walking into a plane, walking onto the train, any kind of movement that's happening, tell that story through the B-roll. You can also convey the environment. Is it raining? You know, get video of raindrops in a puddle or reflections. Just kind of give us an environment, a feeling of what that environment is like. That really helps the viewer kind of get tied to what's going on and feel kind of more a part of what's going on. Usually I'll film maybe 10 seconds of a clip for B-roll. And because, you know, when it comes down to the end, I mean, you're probably only going to use 2 to 3 seconds of that to cut through, but it's better to have more to choose from later than have nothing at all. So just make sure that you're getting those good clips. And I've found that even with the 10-second clips, sometimes they need to be a little longer, maybe 15 seconds. Because you definitely want to have like 3 to 5 seconds that's just a smooth shot, really nice shot, not where you're panning out, panning in. So just make sure that you're getting those B-roll shots because that really helps tie things together. So the next tip is don't try to fit a mold. Don't go and watch other people's vlogs and say, oh, this is what they did. These are the types of shots they got. I need to get those ones. Definitely draw inspiration from that, get some ideas from that, but don't just go and copy another person's vlog and certain shots, certain look. You know, make it your own. Make it reflect you and what you want to convey. This is your vlog. This is your life. This is the information and the content that you're sharing. So make it personal to you. You know, maybe you break a little bit of the kind of common mold that people are using for vlogging, but make it your own. You know, make it special. So lastly, when it comes to the edit, one of the most important things is with putting your vlog together is making sure you're including the essentials. And by that, I mean, don't fill it with a ton of extra stuff that's going on. You know, if you've got a lot of clips where there's a lot of gaps, a lot of silence, a lot of just kind of weird parts where maybe you're talking about something, then you kind of go on and on and on about it. Include the essentials, get your point across, but don't include too much. I've had experiences in the past where I've been editing a vlog and maybe before I would have kept a clip where I said basically the key piece of what I wanted to say, but then I kept just talking for like another 30 seconds. And when you have that happen multiple times throughout your video, that 30 seconds is going to turn into minutes of time at the end. And you could very well cut the vlog down, still get the point across, still get the message of what your day was like, but now you've got a shorter video that's more attractive to viewers, that's not going to be as much of a time investment for them. So it just helps you cut it down to make it more succinct and just make it more clear. When it comes to this, jump cuts are your best friend. You know, if you have parts where you say something and then there's kind of a pause and then you say something else, and if those pieces are, you know, critical to your story, just do jump cuts because that's going to help feed the content through and then cut out all those little pieces. A lot of times in my videos too, I find that I do a lot of ums and so and those kind of things I end up having to go and cut out later. So I'm trying to get better at that. But those kind of things are distracting and kind of annoying to the viewer. So you want to kind of cut those pieces out and make sure that it's just more of a smooth, enjoyable story. And you can do that. You can do that with jump cuts. It's okay. And once you've made those cuts, those are really great places for B-roll. Maybe not in the middle of a sentence, but if you made a statement and then there was, you know, a 30-second gap and then you ended up saying something else, you know, that 30-second gap, you can cut in, you know, a few pieces of B-roll to kind of tell the narrative, tell the story. So, you know, that's another way to kind of think of where you can fill in B-roll. It's just anywhere in between kind of the A-roll, any of the ideas that you're talking about, what's happening, you can kind of fill in little pieces that just help the viewer kind of break up what they're seeing and what they're hearing on the video. So when we talk about editing, there's kind of a few different options you have. There's kind of like the paid ones. Like for instance, this video that I edited on my iPhone 11, this was something that I actually did on Adobe Rush. So that is their kind of mobile version of Premiere, if you will. And it works very much like Premiere, but it's actually kind of like a toned down version. And in many ways, it's quite intuitive and quick to edit with. It's a little bit of learning curve, but I found it actually super useful and it worked great. If you want to edit on not an app and on an actual computer, you know, Adobe Premiere is essentially, you know, that's one of the big ones. iMovie or Final Cut on the Mac. You also have some free options. There's things like HitFilm. And then also DaVinci Resolve. And I'll link all of these in the description if you guys want to check them out. But I think in most cases, if you're going to be filming on your phone, I'd say more than likely you're probably going to be editing on your phone as well, or on a mobile device like an iPad or something. So I would say probably Adobe Rush. But if not, those other softwares I listed, I will list down below in the comments or in the description. And I think those are probably going to be some good options for you to check out. So I hope these tips were helpful for you when thinking about working with your vlog. If you didn't see the other two videos and you just watched this one, make sure you please go and watch the other ones. This has definitely been a cool little project of mine. This was the first kind of series that I wanted to put together as like a multiple part series. I think it's pretty cool and it gives some good tips, some guidelines. By no means is it, you know, the perfect guide, but I hope it's helpful for somebody. If you guys like this video, please throw a like at me. And if you enjoyed this content or you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe. And if you guys have any comments or any questions, please throw those down below. I love engaging with you guys and trying to help out where I can. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. For filming, we're going to go over basically... But first, I'd like to thank my sponsor today, Coffee, for making this all possible.